Hello! It's been a while. Hey guys, and welcome back to Gladly Global, where we talk about languages, show you how to learn multiple languages while self-studying. Myself, as a language coach, I find it so important to share different perspectives of language learning, language study methods. Myself, Anna, and Elmo are all extremely different learners, so we decided that we're all gonna make a goals video to talk about our languages from very different perspectives and try to stay way more consistent this year. So this year, we're being consistent. Last year was one of the first years that I truly accomplished all my goals. And when I say all my goals, I mean the goals that I set in January for myself. There's my ambitions and the way my projects are going. And if you're curious about what I had set for myself in 2021, then you can go ahead and watch this video where I talk about my goals last year. Last year's video, I was very detailed in why I set my goals the way I did. We also did a goal setting workshop last week with a few people. I might be doing it again, but only based on interest. So if anyone is interested, you can leave a comment down below. Otherwise, we did record it, so maybe I will release it somehow. But that basically in itself holds all the ways that I choose my goals and that I create my goals. And I want to just say, and this is the most important part of this section, that me achieving all of the goals that I set last year does not mean that I was extremely hardworking last year. It's not to say that I was more hardworking last year than I was the year before. I don't necessarily think so. I actually think it's that I have finally let go of certain expectations on myself, especially as a language professional. I always think I need to do above and beyond in order for people to understand that I'm good at what I do, and then I have to lead for it by example and when I have many other passions outside of language learning. And although language learning is a huge part of my life, it has to occupy a specific space for me, you know. I've finally been able to really apply my own advice that I give to other people to myself and my self expectations, and I've been able to look at my time objectively and make not only my time, but also the way that I learn and also the things that I'm learning, and objectively make sound judgments on what was possible for me and what wasn't possible for me. So if you worked really hard in 2021 and you didn't hit all your goals, you should not beat yourself up or feel bad after watching this video. Instead, you should consider spending a little bit more time thinking about you and your journey, your lifestyle, what it is that you want to accomplish, and see if you can become more efficient both in your goal setting skills and also the way that you approach them. So my yearly goal, here, I'm going to open my Notion page. Start 2 new languages and build the foundation. Ace Mandarin. That's my aim. So you'll notice that this goal is very wide. It is very open. I want the yearly aim to more guide me rather than be something very structured or whatever, because it's a year. I don't know exactly what's going to happen in a year. So I keep it more open and flexible. So that I won't have to change it, and so that I can have it just guide the more rigid goals that I create along the way. And so starting 2 new languages, that could mean a lot of things. I could make a lot of different levels of progress. So you can see already how in 2023, most likely we'll achieve this goal, this yearly goal, because it is very open and forgiving. Start 2 new languages, Ace Mandarin. That's the star. Quarterly goals. So I'm gonna give you a little overview of what my 4 goals are, and then I'm gonna go into a little bit more about quarter 1. So quarter 1, sprint finish basics, build cultural immersion, be able to say longer, more complicated sentences in Mandarin. Quarter 2, create a goal for Finnish, maintain Mandarin, and improve Korean reading. Quarter 3, start Chinese course. Full Chinese focus, possible Korean dabbling. And then quarter 4, sprint Hindi basics and build cultural immersion, follow Chinese course. So I'm planning to go to Taiwan in the latter year, which is why I said it like that. So I have an imagination of what it might be, but I'm still not sure what the rest of the year has in store for me. So let's talk a little bit more about quarter 1 in specific. Quarter 1, Sprint Finnish Basics. So I'm starting Finnish. Oh my god. I've been saying for quite some time that I plan to start Finnish and it just has not happened for me yet. So I'm really glad to start because I'm planning to go to Finland on February 23rd. Since I'm going to Helsinki, I decided it's a great opportunity to learn more about Finnish and kind of put down the basics. I've already started Duolingo. I haven't gotten far and I don't remember anything. But I plan to especially find movies and more music that I'm interested in and to really get the babble and the sound and the feeling of Finnish more than anything else. I feel like I have it a little bit because I have some Finnish friends and I watch their stories and they speak in Finnish. And so I feel like I have some idea, but I would like to get a little bit deeper in this, scratch a little bit deeper than the surface, you know? And then be able to say longer, more complicated sentences in Mandarin. So you'll notice that for Finnish, I feel like the starting a new language takes a lot of attention, and that I usually recommend to people that when you start a new language or you're in the beginning phases of a language, you really want to give it space to breathe. And so Mandarin actually becomes a lot smaller in quarter 1. So I will be continuing to practice Mandarin, and I want to at least study once a week and do some kind of small 15-minute exercise every day is what I'd like to do. But I'm definitely not going to try to push the envelope and build a whole new skill in Mandarin because I need to dedicate more energy into building a strong foundation for Finnish. And so that's a big part of the decision, even though I'm planning on moving to Asia, China, Taiwan, something like that in the summer. So I do have a big reason to focus there, but I'm not going to dive too deeply in quarter 1. I also have an overall goal to study every day a little bit. I haven't started yet. So you know what, right after this video I'm gonna start, and even if it's 1 minute, I want to just get in the habit of showing up for languages, because I think that once I build that habit, which I've actually already started to in a big way, and I feel once I build that habit, I'm going to be able to continue in more authentically each year. I'm going to feel like it's gonna feel a lot less strenuous with each step forward. And so that's a goal of mine, is to just find some semblance of daily consistency in languages because it occupies such a huge part of my life. So you've already seen a sneak peek of this Notion page, but essentially I'm using Notion and also this app widget thing. I forget what it's called, so I'm going to put it on the screen for you to see. It's a wonderful tool that is free to track up to 5 different habits, and so one of them is going to be daily studying for me. As I told you, I'm going to track how many minutes, and it's going to be a heat map directly into my Notion. When you press log here, you can literally plot how much time directly in Notion without leaving the app at all, which is amazing. Very simple, very nice. I'm also going to be having this page public. Wow. So as well as I'm going to be selling it, I'm going to be making this Notion page public and linked onto my public website so that people can check in on me and see what I really did, if I'm actually doing what I said I was going to be doing. So by the time this video comes out, this Notion page will be public and linked down below. So if you want to see my study habits and how I'm studying, what I'm going to be studying, information about the languages that I'm studying, then you can go ahead and find this website. I have not set it up yet as of right now when I'm filming this. So, but when you see it, you'll see it. I also want to use Polyglot. I'm not sure how useful that will be, but I plan to, I used it a little bit last year and I really liked the idea. Between either I'm gonna use Polyglot or I'm gonna stick with this Notion page and use the daily reflection section to do something very similar. But I like the way that it breaks up the stats into what I'm doing specifically. So I'd like to use Polyglot in addition, but I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna end up doing it. What would be great is if they had a Polyglot widget. That would be perfect. If I could get a Polyglot widget for Notion, that would be, you know what? I'm gonna ask them. Let's get a Polyglot widget. Let's get a Polyglot widget for Notion. Let's get them. Someone tweet that, right? Tweet them. Let's get a Polyglot widget for Notion. Number 5, which is the last one, my revision process. How am I going to revise my goals and revise my methods and things like that? So again, in this Notion page, there is a daily reflection section, and I'm going to be using that and checking in with myself every 2 weeks and thinking about what would be best to do next. And one of the ways that's really going to keep me in check this way is the Gladly Global Accountability Meetings. We have accountability meetings as the members and us. We meet every Sunday and we talk about our last week and set intentions for the next week. It really helps me, even though I'm the coach. This is the beauty of this group, is that it's not specifically me teaching you or someone teaching you. It's a collaborative process that puts you in, that empowers you and everyone else to stay consistent, on target, and revised and refreshed and healthy with their goals that they can really set and achieve for the year. And so being able to meet weekly is also game-changing for me, because last year was the first year that we did the accountability meeting. So that has certainly contributed in a huge way to me being able to achieve all of my goals in 2021. So that consistent revision process and consistent reflection throughout the whole year has essentially been the most powerful part of everything for me language related last year. So if you're interested in investing in consistency and really doing something that is going to take your languages to the next level, meaning building a consistent routine and a consistent mindset, a healthy mindset towards languages, as well as because you don't need another textbook, you don't need another resource, you don't need another YouTuber to tell you what to do. What you really need is accountability, and what you really need is revision system. So if you're interested in joining us, it is 4 p.m. on Sundays, and there will be more information on how to join the membership down below. You can also DM me, I'll tell you more about it, leave a comment, do something, I'll find you. I stand by and believe that this is the best way to learn multiple languages, especially because you are learning skills and you are building long-term habits that will allow you to learn multiple languages over time. It is irreplaceable value. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please do check the description box below for links to find out more about my Notion page and what I'm gonna be doing this year. Links to Gladly Global social media and links to more information about the membership. You can also type in gladlyglobal.com/membership, probably. Bye. I got my head out the sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes.